So if you're watching this video, there's a good chance you're probably looking at the 56mm from Sigma, and you want just some dude on the internet to tell you if it's good or not. So that's what I'm gonna do. Let's get into the video. So the first thing you're gonna notice, this thing is actually pretty tiny. It's not like hyper compact, it's not like the kit lens for example, but you can see it's about the same size as the Sigma 30, actually probably about half an inch less. And I say it in pretty much every video, but lenses like this are why I switched away from Canon in the first place. I mean, this thing complements the A6000 so nicely. In terms of build quality, this thing definitely feels pretty nice. You can knock on it and it's fine. I'm pretty sure it's made out of the same stuff as my Sigma 30mm, and like I said, I've had the Sigma 30 for like 6 years, and I've taken it through a lot of bad stuff. So if the 56 is made out of the same stuff, I have no doubt that it's going to last for a long time. Now aesthetically, it's not very exciting. I mean, it's a pretty minimalist, clean design, but I do like how massive this front element is. Like, it looks so cool to me. On that subject, as you can see, we have no physical buttons. There's no like AF, MF switch or anything like that. There's no focus hood button or anything. And the focusing ring itself, it's not great, but you're probably going to be autofocusing 99.9% of the time with this thing anyways. I do have to say, this lens is like just the right size to not be cumbersome, but it does provide like a nice gripping point when you're out shooting, and it is light enough to shoot with, you know, one hand if you're trying to juggle like a coffee or something with the other. Do keep in mind it has no optical image stabilization, which is sad, but it is what it is. My A6000 here does not have stabilization, so unfortunately, you know, I do need to be very careful with my hands. This is not going to be super great for shooting video, but most Sony bodies now have stabilization, so I can see why it doesn't include it. Now finally, from my understanding, it does have a gasket around the lens mount for a little bit of light weather sealing. I wouldn't take this out into anything too extreme, but like I said, I've taken my 30mm out into snowstorms and light rain, the autophase, everything like that, and I haven't had any issues with it. Autofocus is pretty much what you'd expect. I mean, it's a pretty new lens, so it's fast, it's reliable. I didn't have any issues with hunting or anything like that. And as you can see by this picture, the tracking is definitely pretty effective. As far as image quality goes, you probably know that the Sigma 56 is statistically the sharpest lens for Sony aps-c cameras. And I mean, my tests don't get that scientific, but from my pixel peeping, yeah, I can definitely confirm that's true. So shooting wide open at F1.4, we see just amazing center sharpness and only a little bit of drop off around the corners. Pretty much no complaints from me there, honestly. I found that for taking pictures of PP or other like center focus subjects, f2.5 is pretty much my sweet spot, where like everything was just perfection, completely perfection, but there was still enough background isolation. And then for just wandering around taking pictures of the city or just shooting anything, I typically sat around f8. Sometimes I'd go, you know, up to 5.6, but f8, I mean, it's perfection. You can do landscape stitches with this thing, edge to edge, just completely sharp. It's insane. Now, interestingly enough, this thing does have quite a bit of distortion for such a tight lens. I put a couple of before and after correction samples here. It's not too bad, but it's definitely noticeable, and you do need to fix it in post-processing if you're doing like architecture shots and stuff like that. As far as flaring goes, I mean, I shot directly into sunlight many times with this thing. Absolutely nothing. Completely clean. Probably like the best flare performance I've seen on any lens in this price point. And then finally, chromatic aberrations. I might just be blind, but I honestly cannot find any in my pictures. And then yeah, the bokeh that comes out of this thing, I mean, we're looking at a 56 f1.4 lens, even on aps-c, like the bokeh just looks amazing. It's super creamy. Like if you are a bokeh addict like myself, this is the lens to go with for sure. So should you buy this lens? I'd say it kind of depends. I personally prefer the 30mm myself. I don't like a super tight lens, but if you're looking for the absolute best portrait lens for aps-c, then you honestly cannot go wrong with the 56mm. If you want to pick it up for yourself, I'll leave an affiliate link in the description below. If you click through and buy through that, you do support the channel, so thanks in advance. And if you want to learn more about my beloved Sigma 30mm, you can check out these videos up here where I go into much more detail on it. Thank you guys, and we'll catch you next time.